Let me explain what the word Seerah means. Seerah in Arabic language actually comes from the word Sara Yasiru. Sara Yasiru means to walk. Like people walk, that's Sara. Sair is to walk. In Arabic language, when you have there are certain patterns. For example, like fa'al, fa'alatun, fi'alatun. So like for example, if I say jalasa, he sat, julus, sitting. But if I say jalasa jalsatan, it means jalasa jalsatan marratan wahida. He sat once. Like you sit in the prayer, there's jalsa. To sitting once, there's jalsa. But if I say jalasa zaidun jilsata amrin, that means Zaid sat the way that Amr sits. To jilsa fi'ila, when you have kasra, that means the way, the style. To Sara means to walk. Siratun means the style of walking. How you walk, that's Siratun, fi'latun, how to walk. So like you find in the books of the history of Islam that Umar ibn Abdul Aziz rahimahullah ta'ala, when he was appointed the Khalifa, he used to walk on the Seerah of Umar ibn Khattab. So what means Seerah of Umar Khattab? Did he follow the same history, conquering Iraq and Syria? No. Seerah here means that he used to walk the way Umar ibn Aziz used to walk, Umar ibn Khattab used to walk, meaning is, same manner, and same practice, same sunnah. So Seerah basically means the way you walk, your way of walking, your example. So that is Seerah. So Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ means that how he used to live. Like, when there is hardship, how he used to be patient. When is the favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how he used to be grateful. In the nights, how he used to pray. In the daytime, how he used to make effort among the people. How he used to live with his wives. And how he used to behave with the children. How he used to be with his companions. How was he as a conqueror. How was he as a father. How was he as a husband. How was, how was with, as a ruler. All those aspects of the life, that is the Seerah. So Seerah means the way of the life of the Prophet ﷺ. So that basically Sunnah. Seerah basically the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. But what happened actually later on, because it involves also the details of the life of the Prophet ﷺ, which is history. So that why when people compile the Seerah, they also collected the history of the Prophet ﷺ. That when he was born, who are his parents, and what is his genealogy, how he's grown up in Makkah al-Mukarramah, who are his wives, and how was his conquest, Battle of Badr, Battle of Uhud, and all those things, they are history. They are not really Seerah. But people who wrote the books on the Seerah, on the way of the life of the Prophet ﷺ, they also included these events. Because all these events, they also tell you how he used to behave. So when he conquered Makkah, how did he behave? So conquest of Makkah is not a Seerah, it is history. But people included in history, why? In the Seerah, why? Because you can learn from that. So this is the thing. Seerah basically like Sunnah. But later on, Seerah also has become to mean, the history of the Prophet ﷺ. And actually mostly in Urdu language and many other, non-Arabic language, when they say Seerah, they basically means most of those parts of the life of the Prophet ﷺ which are history, not really which are Sunnah. I am going to, use the Seerah in its real meaning really, which includes no doubt the life and the history, but also, basic thing is that, his example, his Sunnah. To Seerah and Sunnah, to me, they are the same thing really. That, how the Prophet ﷺ behaved, how was a prophet, a messenger, how was an example for the people. That is the Seerah, how he used to walk. That why, the ulama say, and I'll explain that later on inshallah, that there are two types of the things in the life of the people. There are some things which are vertical, like the history, move from one point to other point, that is never repeated. Like the Prophet is born, then he becomes young, then he marries, and then he gets revelation, then he has another wife, then he leaves Makkah al-Mukarramah, then he Battle of Badr, Battle of Uhud, and all those things, moving from one event to another event, they are not repeated, and until he dies. So basically from the birth to the end, the life of the people are like vertical. It just moves on, nothing comes back. It just keep moving. So everybody's history is different from the other people. And there are certain things in the life of everybody which are repeated. That was, Sunnah is only Sunnah when it is repeated. You don't say something Sunnah which is not repeated. You don't say Sunnah is like, Battle of Uhud is Sunnah. It is not that every believer must have in his life Battle of Uhud. It is not a Sunnah. It's not that you must actually repeat the event of Battle of Badr. So one has to know actually the Sunnah and the Seerah, basically those events which are repeated. So like when you get up in the morning, what you do? Every day in the morning, you do the same thing. So the Prophet ﷺ, every day he used to have five prayers. In the life, whenever he used to have hardship, he used to have sabr, patience. When he has to have something good, he used to do shukr. When he's with family, he does this. When he meets his friends, he says, Salamu alaikum. He keeps repeating those things. That's a cycle. So there are some events which are vertical, which are history, which are story, they never repeated. They never come back. But there are those events which keep coming back really. What is more important actually, those events which keep coming back. That is the sunnah. That's what we have to follow the Prophet ﷺ. We are not going to make our life same as it was, in his time, not. But we want really to make our life, in the same cycle as was the life of the Prophet ﷺ. So this is actually very, very, very important. And on the Seerah, there have been, many books written. No doubt the best source for the Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ is the Quran itself really. The Quran itself actually does not leave any important aspect of the life of the Prophet ﷺ. What people have to follow, Quran makes very clear. Not in detail, but the basic things are in the Quran. About the Seerah, about the Sunnah, about the way of life, about the example of the Prophet ﷺ are mentioned in the Quran. And then after that, the major compilations in the Hadith, Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Muwatta Imam Malik, and then Abu Dawud, Tirmidhi, Nasai, Majah, all those things, because these books, they are far, far better in authenticity than many other works. So they are the best works actually for the Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ, for the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, for the biography of the Prophet. If you want to learn, one has to read these books. The whole Bukhari basically is Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ. The whole Sahih Muslim is Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ. Though they also have some chapters about his history as well, how he was born, his conquest and all those things. But otherwise, the whole book actually is the Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ.